So, if I have time, I'm going to come back to this. I want to switch just a little for maybe 15 minutes because I think it's pretty important. Again, Sergeant 18 will be coming live. I'll be doing a show with him on and off whenever I can. Talking about the really hardcore stuff the government or nobody can talk about. I mean, people talk about UFOs. People don't go inside the vortexes and really talk about that in great detail of how dangerous and how bad they are. Well, here's the thing. Somebody just asked why the world wasn't blown up. Well, Spirit watches it. And that's why it takes out the people every once in a while before it happens. Now, the alien race has already proved they could stop any nuclear bomb from going off if they want to or had to. Now, if they want to set one off, obviously they can too as well. So, do most races want to destroy this planet? No, it's their food line. I mean, you got this giant garden growing with all these vegetables. You're going to burn it up? Of course not. You'd be pretty stupid to do that. If that garden came to life and was going to kill you, you might then burn your garden down. I mean, somebody was just talking about plant life and how they could talk, if they could talk to us and we could communicate. Well, you can. Raise your vibrational and you can. But they're stationary awareness. A tree stays in one spot and it sees reality in one spot for a long period of time. But that awareness isn't too intense. Some people would say, oh, I experienced a snowstorm. I experienced a rainstorm, a hurricane, tornado. Yeah? How about something spiritual? I saw the light. I woke up in the morning and the light was right above me. Yeah, talking to a tree. But we need to talk to ourselves and start looking who we are, what we really can do, what we really can't. And then work on it. And work on it. And work on it until we die. Because when we do, alright, hold on, my computer just crashed. I don't know what's going on. Alright, everything looks okay. Sorry about that. So, what I wanted to get into, I mentioned about the Russia rushes in fear of the United States starting a war with an alien species. The way they said it even is not normal. And what Putin did. Now, I'm going to bring this up because it all kind of relates to what's happening. Within 6 months of Trump's election, I had a friend here in Hawaii who I talked to. We meet him by the coffee shop and we sit down and talk. And he goes, Putin's talking, and you got to listen to this. It was in Russian, so I didn't hear him say it directly. He goes, what he just said, and he was translating it. The first sentence was, he wanted Trump, and why the name Trump came up, because Trump wasn't president, to expose the truth about 9/11. Why would Putin say that months before Trump was in, and why would he say it? Because nobody did that yet, did they? And it was the anniversary just a couple days ago. So then he said he's working with 37 alien races. I'm not making this up. He said 2 of the races want to destroy the planet. Then he said he wants Trump to release what our government's doing with aliens. Publicly. So, because Putin just said it. So he wanted Trump to come out and say it. I guess they could actually be on the same wavelength if he actually did say that. And then Trump meets with Putin, closed door situation, comes out of that, And suddenly he says we're going to create a space army. 2 days later. And then the vice president comes out and says, hey, we're going to, and he gave foundation of what it's going to be and stuff. If that wasn't enough, a couple more days go by, and Trump comes out, and I was blown away when he said it. Says, before I'm taken out of office, I want to be on Mars. Now, anybody with a brain aware in our society today with scientific knowledge no, blue beam is a totally different thing. Well, see, Trump doesn't know what was really going on, and I'm sure he's being told everything now. But let me just finish this. When Trump comes out and says that, now he has to know a couple things. One is, like, we're like 20, 30 years from going back and forth to Mars with our technology that everybody knows. So for him to come out and say that, and he's got loose lips, so he was told things. For him to come out and say that, he had to know that we are going. And he wants to expose it. And then he'll get credit for being the president when we conquer Mars. So, and that all happened in such a short period of time. 1 week. It got created a year and a half ago when he got elected. But for Putin to say that, there has to be underlying things. I hope you agree with that. And I'm still waiting to hear anybody debate or debuttal that in any aspect. But while that happened, now this is what we're going to talk about. What happened? I'm not going to go into the Antarctic thing because that's a whole other story. What's going on up there? Nobody knows the truth, or very little bit about the truth of that. But what went down recently is this. It's called, and now I want you to do as much research. Anybody listening to this, check it out. Pull up the information. It's not a lie. I'm not making it up. Okay, this is as real as it gets. The National Solar Observatory in Sacramento, which had multiple houses on it. I mean, laundromat, the whole thing, was, I think, 5 days ago, the exact, I'm not sure, but was completely removed of everybody in it in 1 day. They put yellow ribbons around the whole piece of property. They didn't put security guards there, didn't block it off so that people couldn't get in there. And then somebody went in there with a camera filming the doors were left open to a lot of the buildings and things. You'll see it if you pull it up. There's an X-file box on top of the garbage can. But somebody had to put that there, saying, well, this is what it is, the X-Files. But in the interim, everybody was gone. There's cars there. There's a bulldozer there. And all these buildings are left open, most of them were. And they don't know why, how. They got in touch with supposedly one of the secretaries or something and said, well, it was a matter of security and yeah, well, I got all the links for that. There's 3 links. I'm putting one up of Sergeant 18. One of the guy that went in there and filmed the pictures inside there. And then there's the other one talking about it and going into detail about it. But here's the thing. I was spending the past couple of days trying to get the numbers, and I'm losing my time right now. of the numbers of the observatories here in Hawaii. Now, the one observatory shut down their video cameras. Now, if you listen to Sargell tonight, he's going to be talking about that as well, what happened. He'll be putting it up later. Probably by the time I'm done, maybe it'll be going up. Sargell 18, S-A-R-G-E-L 18 on YouTube. Type government, FBI afraid to release the truth and stuff. But what's going down is there's many more on the planet that were shut down that day. Why would they shut down a building? There's only you can only take a gas leak, they would fix it. They're not going to move all these families and everything. The tower that's watching the sun right now, the sunspots and stuff, in one day. All right. Second thing is, did they see something? Obviously, that's what they're there for. Would a virus make them close it down? If it was a virus, because it would come out sooner or later. If it was, and they had to quarantine the area, they would have had to make sure that nobody else can go back in there, which they're not doing. I mean, in Area 51, you can't get near there, period. But it's like open to the public to go in there and look at nothing. Everything's vacant. All the people are gone, cars are there and stuff. But now the other ones on all parts of the world, why would they go down? Now, if they saw something, they would make sure those people didn't come out and say it. If it was something really dramatic, well, only the president's going to be able to say that when he feels like he has to or when they ask him to, whatever. So my conclusion, there's only two. Like I said, they saw something or a virus or a disease came out of it would be the reasons to do that. But on the one video that's up, a woman just put a video out the day after of all these balls of light coming out of the sun. Now, the other two guys from Hawaii, out where I am, third phase of the moon, a lady put up a video of it, and even this black object blocking part of the sun that she filmed. So it's getting bigger and bigger, and it's going to come out, whatever, it's going to have to break. But then again, 9/11 never broke open. They kept that pretty hush. But whatever this is, it's escalating because now those 3 planes that got quarantined just a couple weeks ago in a short period of time. And how did they cure it, stop it? The first one, they put the people in the hospital, let them go to the hospital. The other one, they quarantined and took them. Now, did they all get put in FEMA camps? Do you know these people? Does anybody? Does anybody know what they did with them? I will mention Jesse Ventura again. He was one of the few people on TV exposing the truth as much as he could. And he would go out of his way, every which way, to do that. I mean, he went into the White House, even, to expose about Nick Baggage, about what they invented with the HARP system, and how they created a mind-controlling machine. So where are we going to take that? Are we going to be active and give up and say, okay, accept whatever baloney comes out of that? Or is it a precursor to something? Now, I'm not going to go into detail, but I'm sure Sargell 18 will tonight. What he feels, what he thinks. We think different. I mean, we work good together, but we think different. He thinks one way, I think another. So what we see in the next couple weeks or months, I feel has to be something dramatic. For them to remove people that fast, I mean, if you watch the X-Files and you watch how they come in and take a small city and remove it, and that's how fast it went down. And I mean, they're showing it all the time in almost every movie, even E.T., when they came in and they had to take away where he was, and they always remove everything real fast and then try to cover it up. I was out on Long Island where John Ford filmed the ship crash. I went out there. They covered it up pretty good. They burnt it.